Hi. So this is just something that I wanted to do. You know, a lot of things happen in your childhood that shape you. And I always wanted to be a forensic investigator. But I never took the initiative to do anything like that. Obviously. Okay, but this is a serious note. When I was a child, my mother played poker. And of course, there were friends. She would go to their house and they would play till 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Sometimes we'd have a babysitter. Sometimes there'd be other children there or teenagers to take care of us while the adults played. Well, in particular, Bridgette Patrick, her parents, and Robin Walker's parents played poker, obviously. I believe, now we're talking 5-year-old memory, 6-year-old memory, that possibly the night that the girls took off was a night that we were playing cards. I don't remember. Don't quote me on that because I could be wrong. I don't reckon that we'd have been there after her murder. I just remember that Bridget and Robin wasn't going to be there because they went to the movies. So I was a little disappointed because they were fun. They were teenagers. I was 5. They always gave us stuff to do. Well, either way, they didn't go to the movies. Bridget had been talking to a guy via letters from Texas that used to live here in Cincinnati, I guess. This is just what I read from the newspaper article that I decided to look up today. Now, just because I decided to check on it today doesn't mean I haven't thought about it. It's been on my mind many, many, many times through the years. I remember attending Bridget's funeral. I remember being disappointed that they weren't going to be there because they went to the movies. I remember going into Bridget's room after her death. We went to their house. My mom, apparently, I guess, to see her parents. And we were shown into her room where the money that was in her pocket when she was stabbed in the thigh was covered in blood, was framed above. There was a radiator in the room. But I remember that. I've never forgotten it. Now, the murderer was never caught. What happened was the two said they were going to the movies, but they decided to run off and try to get to Texas to get to this guy because Bridget was in love. Well, a few hours into it, they're in a truck with a guy named Bill, and it was a white cab and a silver trailer with no identifying marks on the outside of it. Either way, he tried to attack Robin, and Bridget defended her and ultimately shoved her out of the truck to save her. And Bridget was found several miles down the road, her body. She was dead, obviously. So they never caught this guy. Now, I don't know. I'm sure plenty of people from the town I'm in, Northside, the town I'm from, and I'm in Clifton, which is where Bridget lived at the time, in Clifton. I believe Robin did also. But I don't want to bring up old wounds, but you know what? I'm so pissed that this guy's never been caught. They did do a sketch of the guy. And, if this is the case and he was in his mid-20s to mid-30s or 40s, 50s, the guy's probably dead now. But if he's not burning in hell, then he's somewhere living his little elderly life. I can't imagine that he would still be alive. This has been 40 years. It was November 10th, 1981, which when I saw the exact date today, I was shocked because I was thinking that I was like 10 when I was remembering this funeral and this picture, and it turns out I had just turned 6 not long before. But I remember. So but my point in this is, if you know anything about this, comment below, or if you know if this guy has been caught, but so far it looks like he hasn't, comment below. If I'm going to show you the picture of the sketch, if that you recognize that, people my age, if you recognize this, or Maybe you share it and someone else recognizes. Maybe, just maybe, even if he is dead, we might be able to figure out who it was and have some kind of name and person to take responsibility for this. So, this is so sad. You probably won't be able to see this well. I'm using my other phone for this. And Bridget was 15. This is Bridget. I'm not going to show Robin. I would assume that Robin is still alive and probably has had one hell of a time dealing with this whole thing her entire life. And if you ever get to watch this, Robin, I'm sorry you went through that. And I pray to God that you have some kind of peace. Now here is the sketch of this man. I'm going to put my finger over Robin's face here because I don't want to show her out of respect. This is the sketch of this man who was supposed to be named Bill that killed Bridget. Let me see if I can, there we go. This guy, if anybody recognize him or know anything, comment below. Call the police if you're absolutely sure. The Cincinnati police. I don't understand. This man, I'm sure she was not his first, and I'm positive she wasn't his last. This was something he was obviously comfortable with. So that's all I really wanted to say tonight. You know, I don't have a lot of followers. That's fine with me. But if somebody could just share this video, if you're in Cincinnati, just share it around. Somebody. Now, it ended up, they got into Indiana before, you know, Robin was actually pushed out of the truck by Bridget because Bill was attacking her. Bridget, you know, a few moments later lost her life, and it ended up being in Indiana and off the side of I-64. She deserves some kind of, someone to take responsibility for what they did. She deserves that. And it's been on my mind for all my life. I've thought about it more times than I can count. You know, I think it played a big part in the things I'm always watching or listening to. My sons make fun of me because I'm always listening to unsolved mysteries. I'm always listening to solved mysteries, murders and whatnot. I'm not creepy. I'm not morbid. I'm curious. And I want to know what the hell is going on. I watch Bailey Sarian all the time. I watch Mr. Ballin. And mainly those are my two. But I also look for just random stories like that. I wanna know, and if they haven't been caught, there's just so many questions with all of it. Either way, I just hope that this gets to somebody who can put a name on this guy and call it for what it is. Call him for what he is as a murderer of a teenage girl, if not many. So thank you for watching, and if you would please share, just because I would appreciate it. Have a great day.